Hello, this is Bill Steffen. Hey, we got some big changes coming in the weather. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. I had a great day here on Thursday. I happened to be down in Comstock Park. My wife is in the Rotary Club, so while she was having lunch, I walked down the White Pine Trail, and lo and behold, coming at me on a bicycle was Blake Harms. I saw him 2 days in a row. Of course, he's one of the meteorologists at Storm Team 8. Well, we had a nice little chat there for a little bit. And in the evening, I ran into somebody that's played golf with Terry DeBoer. So I'm small world out there. Hey, here's a look at our headlines. Mild weather for today and for Saturday. Temperatures ought to be up to 10 degrees warmer than average. Average high temperature drops to 60. So that's headed downward. Rain is expected here over the weekend. It will also get windy over the weekend. We've had a very calm period for the last 7 weeks or thereabouts, but that wind will certainly be picking up here. And cooler weather is expected for next week. We're going to have 4 or 5 days with temperatures only in the 50s here, so get used to that. More on that in a minute. Here's a look at high temperatures that we had here this Thursday. Topping the list is Coldwater at 66, Kalamazoo there at 65. Grand Rapids hit 64 and Battle Creek 63. Beaches were just a little bit cooler, but not by much. You can see temperatures there were in the upper 50s at South Haven and Holland. And if you like it, chilly, Utkavik in Alaska had a high temperature of 30, and it was snowing there a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit. And cold air is building up across parts of Alaska and Canada, and that will gradually be working its way southward into the United States, mainly during the month of November. Sunrise and sunset time, we continue to lose daylight. We're down below 11 hours of daylight right now, 10 hours and 58 minutes. That goes all the way down to 9 hours even right before Christmas, before it starts to reverse. There's your average high and low at 60 and 42. Record high temperature today, 84 in 1947. Record low, 22 in 1972. And there's a nice picture of the Holland Beach today. Beautiful blue sky out there. The waves were fairly light. The winds were offshore. And the water was cold. Holland Channel water temperature, by the way, I think was, in fact, let's go to the next slide. I think we got that on the sheet here. Yeah, the Holland water channel dipped as low as 52 during the day today. I don't want to go swimming in that. Let's look at the Muskegon Channel there, and that was the Muskegon Lake Effect Ferry, which is still running. Look at the winds, how they pick up to 12 to 22 knots, waves up to 3 to 6 feet here for Saturday, and small craft advisories will be in effect here today and tomorrow. We're going to take a little time out now for a commercial message from Ace Hardware Handyman.
When your home needs help, you might not know where to start. Why not ask Ace? We're always here to help with Ace Handyman Services. Our talented craftsmen handle everything from drywall and carpentry to doors and kitchens. We're the neighbors you trust to get the job done right. Let's get started. Book your handyman appointment today. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
There was only one severe weather report here on Thursday, only one, and it was just barely over the threshold here. There was 1-inch diameter hail at St. Francis, Kansas, and you can see a little green dot in the northwest corner of Kansas where that occurred. However, there is going to be more severe weather here over the weekend. We'll start with the Friday map here, and that will show you that there's a marginal risk in effect for parts of the central U.S. We can take a look at that marginal risk here for the day on Friday. You'll be able to see that it's still to the west of us out over the plain states. There is a chance for an isolated thunder shower here during the day during the evening from Grand Rapids basically off to the west. But most of the area here will be staying dry for a good portion of the afternoon. And then as we move ahead here, there's the Friday map. And as you can see, we've got western Missouri, southeast Kansas, and a good portion of Oklahoma. That's in a marginal risk. And that light green area over Michigan indicates there could be a thunder shower, but severe weather is not expected. Now, the next map will show you the outlook area for Saturday. And look at the yellow popping up here. So we got a better chance. And in fact, it could actually go to an enhanced risk if everything comes together here. This is a slight risk now, which is level 2 from southern Illinois and that yellow color on down to northeast Texas and northern Louisiana. All of lower Michigan is in the non-severe, but you can see that darker green marginal risk comes all the way up to the Indiana border, just to the south of Hillsdale and Coldwater. So we'll keep an eye on things here, not anticipating anything major here. But look at this. Where's the yellow? The yellow and orange indicates where the heaviest rain is going to be, and that's right over us for a change. We'll zoom in a little bit and take a look at what we have here for Michigan. The orange, and now this is a 3-day total, so this is just a couple of light showers here during the early morning period today, and then a more general rain with a chance of thunder showers here on Saturday, and a steady rain could occur here on Sunday, steady light to moderate rain. But anyhow, the yellow indicates 1.5 inches. That's over a 3-day period, 66 hours. So with all the drought that we've been talking about here of late, it looks like we're going to put a sizable dent in that with some pretty good rainfall. So this weekend, certainly more damp and cloudy and breezy than it has been here for many weekends. Let's take a look at zoomed in just a little bit here for Grand Rapids and show you what we expect. Now, this is a computer model for Grand Rapids. This is something kind of new that's out now, and it's kind of interesting to delve into this. We're trying to see if we can tweak it to see if it can do even a little bit better. This is the odds of certain levels of precipitation for Grand Rapids over the next 3 days. Now, it gives us a 100% chance of seeing 1/10 inch of rain. By the time we get to 1/2 inch of rain, that's about 91%. So almost everybody, or excuse me, this is Grand Rapids, is going to see nearly 1/2 inch of rain. 1 inch is 76%. So that's a 3/4 chance that we'll be seeing 1 inch of rain over a 3-day period. And you can see that tapers off 0% chance of 6 inches of rain. And they have those higher totals because this model is made for hurricane areas as well, where you can get 12 inches of rain in a short period of time. So rain is on the way, definitely. The tropics, this will be real quick here. There's 2 areas that we're keeping an eye on. The X down on the bottom is the next little wave that's coming east, but that's only about a 10-20% chance of getting the tropical storm status over the next week or so. And then off to the north, if you travel east of the east coast of the United States, there's another X area. And once again, that if anything develops there, that will zip off to the northeast real quick and will not pose a threat. So this has really been a very calm and quiet, and thankfully so, period of tropical activity here with all the tropical storms and hurricanes essentially missing land areas. But we'll keep an eye on it. In the Eastern Pacific, a quick look here, this could be 50% chance. That was down from 60% yesterday. 50% chance of a tropical storm forming off the coast of Mexico. If indeed that would be the case, this would be called Sanya, and it would be right along the Mexican coast. There would certainly be some rain and some gusty winds and probably more moisture being pumped up into the southwestern U.S. All right, back to our weather here a little bit. The forecast here for the day today, upper 60s, dry afternoon after a chance of a shower here during the early morning. Low temperature at 46. Humidity dips to 45% in the afternoon, so things should dry out. And like I said, the afternoon should be dry and mild. A little bit breezy, though. You can see that wind out of the south at 10 to 18 miles an hour. A look at high temperatures today across the state of Michigan. We got readings in the upper 60s to around 70 in the lower part of lower Michigan. And off to the north, temperatures are about the same. It's still in the 60s there, 64 Houghton Lake, 74 Chicago. Up in the UP, some temperatures there in the upper 50s to low 60s. That's a touch warmer than average for them for this time of year. Now take a look at Saturday. Saturday, there'll be a front across the area, and look at the warm air down toward Toledo and Ann Arbor, Adrian, may hit 80 degrees. And there could be a chance of a thunderstorm down in that area. You can see how temperatures cool off as you head farther back to the west with just upper 60s along the lakeshore here and 70 in inland areas. Much cooler air will settle in here for next week with temperatures 4 or 5 days probably holding only in the 50s. So like I said, if you like it mild, keep an eye out and get out if you can and enjoy the weather that we're having here these next couple days. Okay, the 5-day forecast, we'll call it mostly cloudy today. There could be a shower in the morning, but dry weather is expected for the afternoon, and we emphasize the positive here. Saturday, 80% chance of rain. It could be an isolated thunder shower. Sunday, a 90% chance of rain. Partly cloudy skies expected on Monday. Monday should be dry, but then there'll be a chance of showers again for Tuesday and on Wednesday. And you can see temperatures tailing off, low 70s here Saturday, low 60s on Sunday, only mid 50s here for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. The long-range outlook sticking to its guns. The 8 to 14-day outlook taking us 1 day shy of Halloween. And it says temperatures here on average will be a little bit warmer than average and a little bit cooler relative to average along the coast there. So that's a look at our weather. Like I said, not too bad a day today. Could be a sprinkle of rain or two in the morning, but should be dry here this afternoon. Rain is likely for Saturday and Sunday. Well, we got some pictures and some historical information to pass along. That's the 8 to 14-day precipitation outlook, and we are below average here in West Michigan. So good amount of rain coming, but that's not going to be the rule here. This will be kind of the exception to the pattern over the weekend. All right, we got a lot of information to pass along with you. October 17th, 1860, the first British Open golf tournament starts. It's the oldest golf tournament in the world. And again, it's called the Open right now. It used to be the British Open. And of course, a lot of famous golfers. It's one of the big 4 or big 5 tournaments that they have out there. So we'll see if Scotty Scheffler or who else might be in line to win the Open. Again, that started in 1860. Do you believe golf goes back that far? Back into Scotland and England? That's a long time ago. Okay, let's go on from golf to this is an interesting event that happened historically, October 17th, 1814. 22-foot vat bursts, 154 to 388,000 U.S. gallons were released. This is a beer flood in London. There were 8 fatalities. The main reason that wooden vats have fallen out of favor in brewing. Wow, I did not know about this event. I know we've had crashes of trucks on the interstate and whatnot where there's been a lot of beer that's been released, and I can remember whiskey and things like juice. There was a cranberry juice one where the red color just got all over everything. But this was in 1814, a long time ago. All right, what next do we have here for us? Other non-water floods. This is interesting, and the picture shows the molasses flood in Boston in 1919. It's neat they have a picture of that. That covered a large area. Look at the size of that. The molasses flood in Boston, 1919. Dairy and meat, Madison, Wisconsin, 1991. Pepsi fruit juice in Russia. I didn't know that they had Pepsi fruit juice in Russia, 2017, and red wine in Portugal in 2023. So that's interesting. All right, let's see what else we got here for you. October 17th, 1938, this stuntman was born in Montana. Before he was a stuntman, he was a copper miner, a soldier, and a motorcycle dealer. Well, I think motorcycles about to give this away here. The latter is where he learned his famous stunts. And in fact, didn't he try and ride a motorcycle or a rocket ship over the Snake River out in Idaho, something like that? I think we're talking about Evel Knievel. And believe it or not, I was told by Alex that Knievel is his real last name. I didn't know that, but it kind of matches. Evel Knievel. There's a picture of him there with his famous bicycle there from 1970s there, 1979. So interesting. Yeah, he garnered a lot of attention, and did some crazy things, managed to get away with just a few broken bones. But he has since passed away, I believe. All right, we have some other pictures to show you from daughter number 3, who is on a journey on the other side of the world. Again, for those of you that don't know, she works for American Airlines, and American Airlines employees can grab an empty seat and take a very nice trip. And she and her husband are off to London Gatwick to Rhodes, Greece. And this was a picture that they took, I believe it was today, over Austria. And if you look down there, I don't know if those are the Alps or just some pretty white clouds, but it's always fun to fly over the Alps like that. There's another picture here, pretty much of a solid cloud cover, and you can see the shadows starting to form as the sun gets a little bit lower in the sky here. This is again on the flight from London Gatwick to Rhodes, Greece. I don't know that she's ever been in Greece. I have never been in Greece myself, but that day may come. All right, let's go on to the next picture that we have here. This is from Matt Rogers, Dark Sky Park, Headlands International in Mackinac, 6th dark sky park in the U.S., only the 9th in the world, officially a dark sky park according to the International Dark Sky Association, because it's not polluted by artificial light. They have 600 acres out there, so spread out, and that's on 2 miles of shoreline. No fee, but you need one of those state park stickers here from Michigan, which is, I think, only $10. I broke down and got them for both of my cars because I didn't want to worry about not having one when I was coming in. But it's really neat, and we have a great state park system here in the state of Michigan. But if you ever want to look at the stars, that's the place to head, up by Mackinac. Check out the Dark Sky Park there. A couple more pictures to share with you here. This is Dave Verhoeven, and he was just milling around one day and got this beautiful picture to send to us here. You see the sun shining, the old wood there that the mill is holding up, and water kind of flowing. Looks like the water is just a little bit on the low side here with some of the drought conditions that we've had. But isn't that a pretty picture? Really isn't. And a lot of those mills don't go around all the time, or don't go around at all. But of course, in a still picture, what does it matter? We can just kind of pretend it's spinning around there. All right, Dave, thanks for the picture, as always. We have 2 more pictures to show you, one from John Doherty, and this is I believe a pigeon, and he looks pretty curious. He looks pretty cool, calm, and collected here. John, of course, lives up in Benzie County and sends us pictures from up in those areas, wildlife and pretty sunsets and whatnot. And speaking of pretty sunsets, I think we have one from John Scully here to share with you. And John, of course, lives between Muskegon and Grand Haven. And you can see the water there, just a very relatively light wind producing a few ripples there on the water. And the various colors of dusk every day are just a little bit different here. So thanks to John for that. He's been busy making peanut butter sandwiches for the homeless. And we salute all those people in Muskegon that get together and make all those peanut butter sandwiches to give out to people in need. All right, I think we have reached the end of our daily journey here. Again, weather's going to be changing around here, so stay up with the latest forecasts. We've got a mild day coming up today. It could be a shower here during the early morning, but the afternoon should be dry. Rain is likely for both Saturday and on Sunday. Could be a rumble of thunder on Saturday. Much cooler weather to follow here starting Sunday afternoon. So stay with us for the latest. Have yourself a great day, and thanks again for staying with us till the end.